I am Slick Nick. Let's talk about why I've decided not to start taking Jiu Jitsu. I had mentioned it a few weeks ago and I was heavily considering it. I was asking around at the gym I go to. There's some people who do it there. At my daughter's school, one of the fellow dads there takes it. So, and of course, you can imagine with me watching the Joe Rogan Experience, he's always referencing it. It only makes sense for a guy 40 years old, in theory going through a midlife crisis, who's already had a bit of a physical transformation at the gym, losing the body fat, getting more toned. Not that I'm some kind of muscular being, but ultimately, would that be the next step? And it was something I heavily was considering. So here's why I've decided not to. For one, I talked to someone who does take Jiu Jitsu here where I live in this town, and as they're being very encouraging toward it, they had a brace on their knee, which they got from a tournament when they were competing. Which, perspective here, my own dad did martial arts when I was a kid. So back in the 90s, he'd have a black eye, he'd have like a hurt hip from these tournaments, and he'd go to work and have a black eye. It happened multiple times. So I know what that's like. Not that I'm so much worried about the injuries, but at the same time, okay, so I'd be putting myself in a situation where I could get injured, and maybe it'd be long term. What if I ended up not being able to be as active and mobile as I am now? There is that part of it. But then also, fundamentally, there's the concept with me. If I'm going to invest time and money in something, I need to be able to make money off of it. So when I thought about it, I'm not going to make money off of me learning Jiu Jitsu. But Nick, you run 2 YouTube channels. Surely you can make money off of that. I'm not so sure of that. If I was an expert and I was teaching Jiu Jitsu online and I was editing my videos and I had people in the studio but for the type of videos that I do, where they're just unedited conversational videos, I don't see a way I would really make money off of that, especially for investing the time of learning it, the money, and even put myself in a situation where I could be injured. So ultimately, that's something you'll always need to know about me, is if I'm gonna spend my time doing something, and especially if I'm having to put money into the thing, I want it to have some kind of actual payoff, some kind of high side hustle flow. So for example, I run this channel on YouTube. My other one is called The Famous American. You're welcome to check it out. It mainly talks about DNA test results, that sort of thing. I also have a blog, Family Friendly Daddy Blog, which I'm a daddy blogger. So all of those things generate me income. Like on the blog, for example, if I talk about a product that someone clicks on it on Amazon, I get a cut of that if they buy anything once they go through Amazon, because I ushered them to the door. So there's little things like that, in addition to my actual job, which I have a very good job and it pays very well and I'm very grateful for it. But the way my mentality is, you always need to have side hustles. You always need to have that passive income like this, where my YouTube channels, I may spend maybe 4 hours a week, but it generates $500 a month. And I don't even edit my videos. So I'm making the money while I sleep. So that is not in congruence with me taking Jiu Jitsu. That is the reason I am, quote, bowing out. Your comments belong right here.